Hello, everybody, and welcome back. Third part of this episode. So, well, you guys have settled into your rooms, found your places, and you know what? Reich, a comfortable bed after a lot of hard work and a little bit of recognition. When your head hits that pillow after your nighttime routine of, sit-ups and whatever it is that you do, you rest in deep, relaxing slumber. Luca, you finally feel fine after the concussion, after everything that you went through. You finally are feeling better, and you're back in a decent home, and you're back with most of your friends. So you're doing not so bad yourself. Good has triumphed, even if innocents have suffered. And you're back on the trail of doing something else, some other bit of good. Not because you were hired to do so, but because you choose to do so. It's an act of your own free will to aid those that are in need. Stalbor, what the fuck? You see this place? No, really, man, you see this place? This is dope. This place is amazing. Are you kidding me? You got curtains, Stalbor. You get curtains. You don't get a mattress shoved in there.
Walk around in my room.
Yeah.
My room.
It's not like you get a mattress shoved inside your window to keep the stink out. Like, this place is amazing, right? So good.
I can open the window and it's not horrible.
Yeah. And then Kieran, there you are in your room, sitting there on your bed, contemplating everything that you just went over with that the member from Hospodani, from Oliver from Hospodani.
I think I have all like the different articles of clothing kind of like laid out, and I'm kind of examining them at the moment. And that's what I'm doing. And the bracelet, I always saw him wearing it. Do I know what it comes from? Or like where he got it?
It would have been from his childhood. Where did it come from?
I don't know.
Maybe he never told you the story. Maybe it's something that maybe his parents would know.
Okay. So I guess I would just be sitting like just examining the objects, trying to, I don't know, feel whatever this person felt.
Okay. So you are examining the objects. Roll for me an investigation check with advantage, please.
Will do.
Searching over the clothing and looking at specifically the things that he looked at, that he was pointing out to you. I mean, it's not like it was hard to find them. He literally said, "Look at this right here." You're like, "What is so strange about these? It's just friggin', it's just stitchings." Okay, yeah, it's fancy clothes, and the stitch is kind of not as fancy. It's kind of a weird cross pattern. But then, as you're like going through all the different articles and trying to find out what it is, they consistently have a different pattern to them than the rest of the clothes. It's obviously not done by the hand of a talented seamstress that put these together like the rest of the clothing were.
That's weird.
And then the pattern kind of starts standing out to you. It reminds you of something that you learned a long time ago. I mean, sure, this is weird. You're in Sharn. You're in Sharn, walking around looking for a corpse, right? Effectively. You're usually the captain of a ship. And as a captain of a ship, that was a captain of the ship during the last war, you know a few things that are, unknown to others. I mean, maybe I should mute myself to the other three so they don't hear the secret. But there is an old secret the House Lyrandar used to use. It was a written language that nobody else is aware of. You see, being captains of ships and being a part of all of those things, they often had to deal with ropes. And so they learned that when transporting sailors and transporting goods and stuff like that, sometimes they had to deliver messages that couldn't easily be said and certainly couldn't be held on a piece of paper. That magic's gonna hide? Ooh, magic hidden! Civis gets their hands on it, Madonna gets their hands on it, it's all over, right? Yeah. So they learned a secret language of knots and ties and twists that you can do inside the rope, knotting things through differently to pass secret messages to one another. And then looking at this small, pathetic amount of clothing, these 5 articles of clothing you have before you, every single solitary article of clothing he has here seems to have some sort of secret message in it, which leads you to believe potentially every single solitary article of clothing that he was trying to bring with him as he was fleeing for his life most likely had secrets listed inside of them. But they're all lost now,
Not-
Sanzi's 5.
Mm.
Yeah. So,
The knots inside the seams. So realizing this, Kieran will actually like scream with excitement, waking the whole house up.
you guys here, can we get an excited scream?
Oh my gosh!
You'll wake the undying court with that noise.
And I will
Some people
run
would like
down.
to meditate
Yeah,
in here.
unless
I will run down to the common area room. I imagine I took like the upstairs, like whatever it was, or run down.
It's a townhouse. It's a townhouse,
so
and
the
because of
floor-
the fact it's in a house of towers, I imagine you just have a portion of a tower. So your townhouse is like three levels plus a basement area.
Okay.
So you have 4 levels technically. So it's like 2
I probably
bedrooms,
would,
2
like, take it
bedrooms,
as a top
common
most
area,
because-
basement. Go ahead.
I can jump out the window and be fine, like if I had to.
Yep.
So I took the topmost one.
so just to let you know, Reich comes down with it. Unless she says like she found something, if she just says "Oh my god" and runs to the common
No.
area,
I say, oh
I
my
was
gosh,
literally
and I run down.
I run that buck ass naked out with my Noachi, out, and I like eyes wide, ready for a fight.
I'd say-
I say,
Out.
what is it?
Looks at Reich, looks up, looks down. Looks to Kieran.
And
Looks
just sit there,
back.
like holding these clothes, like with like the scene like in my hand, like and just look at right, like
Are
clothes.
those clothes
Clothes.
for him?
We wear clothes
You made it sound like
in the 5 Nations.
Have you never interacted with
I
a
am not the
woman?
jerk here. And I go back up to my room and close
Luca would
myself.
probably, it's his first like good night of sleep since a concussion. He's probably still sleeping. He's probably literally like, you probably didn't wake him with your yell.
Oh, I'm gonna knock on your door. Just like a loud
fine.
like bang.
That would
Luca,
probably be.
Luca. I found something.
You just, the door does that familiar half crack that I had done to you before, and it's kind of
And I-
peek out around.
Push it open. Like,
All right, well I'm naked because
oh, why are you all naked?
that's
Why
why
are
I
you
did
all
that.
naked?
That's why I did the half crack.
No, that's a full crack, buddy. That's a
At
full
least I
crack.
gave you the half crack.
I tried to give you the half crack. You went for the whole thing.
I didn't know we were
Oh
going
my
to
gosh.
go start clothing in this house.
Right?
If it's
So,
a trend,
Kieran
we're
will-
going to keep by my.
Kieran will like whip around, but she was like, I found something.
She found something.
Noticing like how
This is
like
important.
she's never been happy.
I know, I'm
always-
excited right now.
Yeah, like it's not even just like you've been excited in the sense of
Yeah.
like mad. You've been excited in the sense of like this is the first time you're like happy
I'm
excited.
like genuinely
So,
happy, excited.
Yeah. So Luca's just like, well, just stop. Well, like he's quickly like if you put it covered up, just like stop. What? And he starts throwing on his pants probably on backwards, literally.
I will kind of
and-
just like shake my head and like look to Star Wars, like, why is everyone naked?
You turned around, Star Wars just still looking. She's like, yeah, she found something.
I'm like, what
I don't know
did
what
you
she hasn't
find?
told me yet.
Like, what did you find? Are you holding the clothes?
Yes.
So
Secret code.
Thought
I
you
found
were
a secret
keeping
code
something.
in the clothing.
I look at you like you're batshit crazy.
Okay, listen, this is very secret information. You can't tell anybody else. You've helped me thus far, so I'm gonna entrust you to it. I look at like Salvor, like getting all excited. I'm like,
Go on.
don't. Sorry. So trust has to go both ways, I suppose. We have a system of knots that we use as secret language to pass along messages. It's a very close house-kept secret. We use it on ships. It's here. Like, and I pull the clothing and like I hold like the stitching apart so you can see it, like the seams.
I give
I can
Luca
read
a
this.
look
This
like,
is a code.
what does it say?
I don't know yet. I need time to, actually decode it. But I found it and it's exciting.
Reich looks
Are
very
you
like
sure?
Reich looks very intrigued. He
Yeah.
kind of like nods his head along with it and says, "That's a very good way of communicating."
You can see the pattern. Like, I'm positive. I know how to read this. I learned from a very young age.
Well, if it's a pattern, wouldn't it just be saying the same thing over and over?
Yes and no. The patterns. Imagine it like, and I describe like Morse code because I feel like that's something he would be aware of. You can tell it's a
Yeah.
pattern like with the dots and the dashes, right? And that's something you learned at Reckonmark.
No, yeah, I nod to that. Yep.
So pattern
like-
in that sense.
But
It's
it's
obviously
in
like characters.
Clothes. I'll just like I'll take the clothes to like look at them. If you let me.
Yeah, and like this is why he had these on this person.
And that's why he
Why he
wanted
took
Luca to
them.
take all the clothing.
And then you just see me look up like, oh shit. like, well, I mean, why?
There was a lot of clothing in his secret apartment.
Yeah, I mean, why couldn't he just tell me?
A whole library.
He had a lot of clothes, Kieran.
It's unfortunate that he had to be so
had a-
secretive.
He had a lot of clothes.
Every
I if we
Orville
could
was
find the
willing
rest
to.
of it.
Luca, do me a favor. Roll me an intelligence check.
If
Flat.
every one of your kind was willing to, you know, let other people in on their secrets like you are.
Did
then
anybody
you
else
would-
witness what was going on, or did Reich not go back up? It was
I
Reich
was up
upstairs.
there.
You were up there?
Yeah, we're
Roll
here.
me an intelligence check.
Me too.
No, you were not there. You were getting arrested.
Oh, I wasn't in that. Yeah. I get you. I got you.
Intelligence check, huh?
Yeah, when you press the button, it says intelligence.
Are you sure?
And it oh, come on, I rolled off that 15. Oh,
I
that
know,
sucks.
that was depressing.
He had a lot of clothes.
yeah,
He had a lot of clothes.
a lot, unfortunately.
I mean, I could probably tell by the stitching which ones were part of it, which you can tell is obviously wasn't done by a seamstress. I think more of his fancy clothes would have been.
No,
I
yeah,
know every
entirely
article
fine.
of clothing he had.
Those clothes were in the building you wanted to burn down. I don't know
I
what's
didn't
come of,
burn down the building. Like,
no, I don't
there
know what's,
still.
what's come of them. I assume the guards took them into
Yeah.
custody.
well, we have to go and we have to see. Like,
You might be right. I would have taken in the clothing of a recently deceased person. There's often, you know, evidence on there, the cuffs, etc., etc.
Yeah. My only issue is
You're not
you
wearing.
know
most
about this
clothing.
language. Is it possible that these guards know about this language, and have they
Unli-
ever?
no, unlikely.
I mean, if you say so, I've never heard of it, so I guess that's
I mean,
believable.
So they kept the amulet, right, because that was valuable and could lead back to them. But these clothes, they were just taken because, and pawned off because no one saw any value to them.
Even a corrupt
Or the
guard
big
isn't
thing.
going to steal clothing. That's too obvious.
Hmm.
It would still be there if it wasn't destroyed.
I think our best bet is to decipher what these clothes say, and then possibly look into getting more. Because if we can't even understand this code, what's the point of even getting the clothes?
Can we go now?
We should find
Like
out what
night.
these say first.
We should find out what these
It's
articles
nighttime
say.
right now?
Yeah.
I say it's probably not the best idea to come bursting into the guard station demanding the clothes of a deceased person in the middle of the night. I understand your excitement and frustration, but perhaps we should wait till morning.
Kieran will kind of nod, like, fine.
Just spend the night deciphering these clothes first.
Yeah,
Perhaps you
absolutely.
can at least get part of the message from this.
Style boy, you're smart. Maybe you could help her.
Absolutely.
Kieran,
I can
It's-
transcribe.
You
I
can
know more languages than, you know, most of your races.
So transcribing, it's one of those things where if you ever watch like those old reels or documentaries or movies about World War II, they have like the messages come in and somebody like and tries to keep track of it. Well, the problem is you can't really transcribe because what it is she needs to look at the knots on the thing and then kind of like break that down into a separate code and then finally
Yeah.
break that down into
There's,
what
like,
the
units
actual
like
language that's
ciphers
readable
and-
is.
Right,
So
right.
yeah. It's not something that's easy to do, and it does require a cipher. Which, because of the fact that she was a captain of a ship, she happens to have a cipher on her. No a typical Lyrandar house member. Even if you were a dragon marked Lyrandar house member, not everybody has access to this information or the fact that there's cipher in a language. She is the captain of a ship. She is somebody of ranking of a ranking position there, so she would have access to this. She needed to bring her
Because you
information
show
around.
interest, and I'm trying to trust you a little bit more and kind of give you a little more information myself, I will kind of like explain how it goes, but you probably won't be able to follow it. I'm like, well, you see, like the rope would typically like be like tied to these two parts of the
Well,
ship,
like, yeah,
like,
I could be there while you're doing it,
mhm,
and you could just be speaking.
yeah.
That would be probably enough for him to feel useful anyway.
Okay.
It's not like Savile needs to sleep. He's already had 4 hours of meditation by this point.
Cool. So, you guys are.
I will probably try to do this before I sleep, so I might end up being exhausted because of it.
Okay. So you sit down and start trying to decipher what these things say. So it comes out as fractured messages. So one of them say, and the Duchess's son is not really hers. That's what one of them says. So I don't know if you want to write these down.
Yes, I will. Let me open up a Google document.
Yep, there you go.
What is this Google?
Google.
It's googly.
Yeah.
A half-elf word.
Okay.
Googly googly.
Core
Great
of our word.
googly moogly.
Alright.
That was written on the inside seam of the pants.
And the Duchess's son is not her own?
Yep.
Okay.
Another one says, they've another means through the lamps.
Oh, that was weird. Someone's outside light turned on the second you said that. That was just
Oh.
creepy. That was real creepy. Like
DM
right
magic.
too. I don't like that, Scott. What are you doing?
That was what I got.
That was probably less creepy now.
Never play a warlock.
Okay. After that one, so one of the smaller ones, it's literally part of like the cuff to another bit of clothing that he has there. It's just on the inside cuff. It says 13, 17, 6, but it's like 6 stops in a way that you imagine it's part of another number, not by itself.
Okay. 16, 17, that's so weird. Okay.
Okay. On the 4th piece of clothing, you hear it say, and so I've had to hide.
Okay.
And then on the final and last piece of clothing, it says, oh, hold on, give me 2 seconds. This one's not going to be from
The
memory.
final and the last, you say?
Yeah, because there's only 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm just. Will got me.
Oh.
Being redundant.
You said final and last.
Yeah, the final and last piece. I said that.
Nothing wrong with that.
It's a bit redundant.
Yeah.
What's wrong
Also
with being
repetitive.
redundant?
Redundancy is to
repetitive.
accentuate a point.
The Queen's English is mostly redundant.
Exactly.
It says Bear's Den, 3rd table.
There's Den.
Well, that's clearly a tavern somewhere. Or something of the sort, perhaps an opium den.
Can't kind of like look at that like what?
So one of the things you're able to figure out is looking at all these fragments. They look like they most likely don't go together. Roll me an investigation check, please.
Yep.
Regular.
Regular.
So there's a certain way that you write these messages and you pattern them out on your ship. There's a way that you do it. It's a smart thing that you do. Up to the eagle's nest and back down, running along the side of the ship, stuff like that. Sadly, this pattern you can't figure out.
It might be from an airship, to be honest. Like, that's where Dane had his background, which is different from mine. So I kind of just shake my head at it, like, I don't know. Like, these clearly don't go together, but...
Well, having part of something is better than having nothing.
It's something, which is better than nothing.
Do not see this as a defeat, Kieran.
Do you say so?
This is the first step.
Well,
I've had
hopefully
a
we
lot
can
of first
recover the
steps in
rest
my
of
life.
it.
Absolutely. Now you should absolutely sleep.
Fine. Alright, fine. Fine. She goes to sleep.
Okay. So
Reluctantly, but still.
after you finally broken through the cipher of all that, wee hours of the night, sun's starting to rise. Hey, Ollie, you want to move that curtain from behind? No, I'm just kidding. So, wee hours of the morning, sun's starting to rise. You finally are going to bed. This is literally at the same point in time that Reich usually would get up, but maybe he's sleeping in a little bit today to reward himself for all the things done. And shortly before Luca would normally get up, but he's definitely sleeping in today to reward himself for the stuff he has done. And so you were able to get a little bit of sleep today, but should you get up at a reasonable hour of any sorts, you would be tired the next day. So
I would get up early. Yep.
okay. And so what do you guys choose to do the next day?
Penalties.
Might as well try and
we're-
see the guard.
Yeah, we're gonna try
Should
that
we
was
go to the theater house first? How many days has it been? Did they still have the thing?
probably like 2 weeks, right?
It's
They
been
probably
like, yeah,
have
at
turned
least-
over the clothes. We can go check. I say this is one time that we split up. Jinkies fam, let's go split up. But yeah, I say that we split up. Just the half of us go to the theater house, just see if they have any of the clothes left over, or if they'd be willing to give us the clothes if they had them left over, and the other half go to the guard and see what has been turned over.
I don't
Me
know
and
how
Kieran should be
effective
in
that's
different
going to be.
teams, because then I at least spend the night looking at the knots, so I might have a chance to see them.
I don't know how
I hate
effective
it.
that's going to be because whether it's a theater house or the guard, I don't know if they're going to hand him over to anybody but me. Like, at least I have like a familial connection to him.
That's true. That's
They're
fair.
not gonna say,
I
like-
might be able to throw my far traveler background a bit. But
Because
probably
they-
only with the guard.
Just because they are like just clothes to these people, they're still like valuable clothing. Like, it's still like nice clothes. They're
That's
probably just
fair.
not going to hand them over.
That's
So
a
I
fair
think we should
point.
go to the theater house, confirm that they no longer had the thing, see who they handed it over to, be it the guard or House Lerendar.
Yeah.
All good?
Okay.
I
So
will warn you, the person who helms that theatre house is awfully rude.
Well, I don't like him, so it's fine.
you guys make your way to the theater house, just the two of you, yes?
No, all of us.
Are Reich and Luca going to hang around by the back balcony? I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
I think
I'm
we should
just,
probably-
Just kidding.
Yeah, I think we should hang away though, because he's seen me before.
He's
Sure,
seen
but
all of
that-
you, but Kieran before.
That's true.
Yeah. They already know us.
Yeah, I think we just show up.
Fair point.
Okay, so you guys show up. You make your way to the theater house. Do you do a roll me a D100, one of you?
Got it.
Thank you. Sorry, I was scratching my leg at the time.
Oh, I forgot to put a space. My bad.
Amateur mistake.
D100.
There.
64.
When I get older.
When you guys go there, there is not currently a show in house. It's between shows. So there's like the back door is like set up stuff coming in and out of it, but the front door is not open to the public. You're of course welcome. Like the front area is open, like the foyer is open to people going in and appreciating
the
the.
will call booth.
Yes, that's open, and then also the foyer immediately behind it is open as well. Don't worry, I know.
Obviously,
yeah, of
you
course.
got it.
Um,
If you didn't,
you know, you're just sitting there scratching your beard like you're witty.
let's be think witty.
So he, you guys are able to go into that front foyer area and look around at the various arts that are in there. But all the doors that go past that, the ornate doors that go into the actual theater itself, are shut. And so when you guys go around to the front way, you are able to see that there's nobody here aside from a couple people that just happen to be having a conversation off to the side. Do not look like they work for the house at all. Just look like random people that are off to the side. So.
The staff here is terrible.
Do you guys know what room he was staying in? I'm gonna go check that.
I could find it again if I had to. I
Alright.
walked here from the inside.
There's no one here, so let's go.
Well, the doors are locked.
Can we knock? I'll just knock on the door again.
A few moments later, a few moments after that, finally, hello, how may I?
Oh, it's
Oh,
that guy again.
yeah.
I'll step to the
Hi.
side and gesture to Kieran.
Hi, Kieran de Lerendar. I heard word that my belated friend was staying at this establishment, and he may have left some things behind. I have come to collect them, hopefully, unless you've turned them over elsewhere, in which case I would like to know where they are. How does that sound?
We're not a common inn. We're just anybody
Yeah.
can stay.
I get that.
We already know
um,
he stayed here.
I know he stayed here.
Obviously, we've had
I-
more than a few guards come trouncing through the place with 1,010 questions about the fact that he was asked for discretion. Discretion, perhaps, from you. Good day. And he goes to
Oh,
shut the
okay.
door.
Nope. I put my hand on the door.
Yeah, I'd put my foot in position.
Spell time. Casting a spell. Been too
Ooh.
long.
Ooh. A spell, you
Suggestion.
say?
Hold on.
You will tell us
Spell.
absolutely everything you know.
That's a long one, so I'll switch to the combat map just so you can see what the words are. Holy crap.
You will tell us what happened about Dane de Leander's room and his belongings. Quickly.
Quickly.
Oh, jeez. I don't like where this is going.
Hey!
You saved?
Yeah. Rolled natural
Nah,
14 plus 1.
embarrassing.
So you say that, and he's like, or perhaps I won't, son. So
I'm really not asking.
No.
I have every right to have the guards come and arrest the four of you. You have no reason to be here. You're asking about clothing. We do not have it any longer.
Yeah, where'd it go?
You think I keep track of every article of every performer's outfits?
No, but I think you can ask somebody else.
On their
Or
own, they would have kept
You can
track
let
of
me
it.
in, and I can ask them myself. One or the other. Really.
Roll a persuasion check. Or an intimidate if that's what you're going for.
Hmm.
This is when you decide.
My persuasion is so much higher.
Oh my god, I rolled off that 19. That was so painful.
Oh,
Should have done persuasion.
You suck.
Should have done persuasion.
So, you know what? Either you have the stuff in there, or you gave it to the guards. Either way, I think you should call the guards right now, because I'm not moving.
No.
No, Kieran, if he gave it to the guards, why can't we just go speak to the guards?
Well, I don't know if he gave it to the guards. He doesn't know what happened to them. He's
Well-
useless.
We'll just go speak to... We'll go... Maybe the guards are more useful.
Yeah, if the guards have them. Do they have them? I turn to look at the
They'll-
elf again.
They'll...
I don't
now.
keep track of every article of
They'll
every
know.
performer's clothing.
Well, if they don't have them, we can come back.
We don't know if they have them. He doesn't know.
Right, if the guards don't have
Oh.
them, we can come back.
Oh, and I will come back.
Yeah, I know you will.
We know you'll
I'm
come back.
talking to the elf now.
I know.
We're just like,
We're just like we're still trying to just de-escalate you. We're trying to separate you from the elf. We're just like, yeah, like you say that to the elf, like locking eyes, like kind of like I see you, and I'm just kind of like putting my head in front, like
Listen,
we know you'll come back.
lady,
Mhm.
what are you looking for? You want to go into that room? Do you want to open a cupboard?
Yeah, that would be nice, actually.
yes, actually.
You think it would actually help you?
Maybe.
Pick one.
Only one we'd know for sure.
Pick one. I can't have all four of you trouncing around in here. Look as though you're going to break everything as it is. Pick
This one.
one.
I point to Stalbor. That one.
Of course it's that one. And
Why would you like him?
I
You
say
guys don't
Goblin
like each other?
choice.
This elf clearly has no more love for life left.
I nod to Reich with
Makes
that.
sense that he's depressed.
not depressed. I just don't like
Tired.
you.
Dead inside.
Let's go.
But that's me.
Let's go. And so he's leading you guys into the house, into the establishment, locks the other two out, poignantly locks the door. Let's lock the other two out. Hey, this seems familiar. And starts leading you guys through the place directly to that room. When you go to the room looks as though it hasn't been used in a long time. I imagine you would like to search around. Do you need your
I would like-
privacy? Perhaps
No, you can
a
stay here and
moment
watch.
so
Oh,
you can say
you know, a
goodbye
cup
to
of
your
tea-
lost one?
Would be lovely, actually. Thank you.
I'm not here to provide you those services. If you would like, I can go and get out
What
of the
do
way.
you even do? Like, what's your job here? Clearly, you're not entertainer.
Please be quick.
This guy's
And
a
he-
twat. That's what his job is.
he shuts the door.
Mhm.
Give you guys a little bit of aloneness.
All right, so I'm gonna search the place.
Okay.
Investigation rolls?
Sure.
Yeah.
What do you guys say? Like, are you guys talking to each other while you're in there?
Very
mean, no.
little, I imagine.
Very
'cause
little,
We both
yeah.
kind of know what we're looking for.
Yeah, you have like a direction to what you're looking for. Cool.
Yeah.
I would be
I'd be checking
outside
out.
the
Do
balcony,
you?
listening to see if I hear they're in the room.
Wait. Do we want to make individual rolls, or do I want to give somebody advantage?
Nope, you're rolling your own indie roll.
Individual.
Okay.
I'd be going like under the floorboards, like checking the space between the walls, like knocking it, stuff like that.
Okay, so you are both searching around, trying to find out where you can. Stalbor's actually been in here before and whatnot, so he had a bit more direction with where he was going. So whereas Kieran spent a lot of her time, of the time that you guys actually have, checking more obvious places to start, Stalbor was already here before, and he's checking much more discreet places. So that he kind of gets the mind of this place a bit better, being an elven location and being an elf, versus Kieran, who's like a mudblood or something. So you guys went and searching around, trying to find like any trace of clothing, any trace of anything whatsoever. Sadly, you find nothing while you're in here. A long period of time you spend searching and searching and searching. You find literally nothing of note in here with your 23 investigation check.
Well, if he was going to leave a message, he hasn't. So the clothing has been moved somewhere else. There's nothing left here, which makes sense. He didn't want anything to be found, but it was worth checking.
I agree. I would like to know who they gave the stuff to, but you know.
Yeah. Well, either the guard or, honestly, maybe a clothing charity. Who knows?
All right, so.
He doesn't seem like a charitable fellow.
When you guys go and open the door open, he's standing out there like, finally you're done. He's like, what are you looking for exactly anyways?
His personal effects that he left behind.
By effects, she means clothing. It's a very strange common term that doesn't quite make sense.
I'm from here. I know the common terms. Yeah, I don't know where his things are. I can't help you with it. So.
Do you know anybody who would be able to help us with it? Anyone at all? You're the only person here who can give us any information.
The guards came through and they did what guards do, and then they left, and I had to clean up the mess.
Okay.
Stalbo clicks his fingers. He wasn't there when Odette talked to one of the guards, and like had a direct conversation, but I don't think he was there. But would he know the name? He was like around because they were both arrested.
Mm-hmm.
You were there, I think.
I wasn't directly in the conversation though.
No, you weren't a part of the conversation. I think you were just next to it.
Yeah, I don't know guards' names.
Do you know
I was
anything?
like, does Stalbor know his? Can I do like an intelligence roll to
I knew it.
figure that out?
You can roll an intelligence check ahead. I know a considerable number of things that just don't pertain to your problems. So, if you're very well finished now, could you please leave?
I don't know. Maybe we can catch a show.
No, we're between shows right now. There won't be anything for another week or so.
You are the least interesting theater troupe like I've ever bear witness to.
Not the one on stage.
What do you do here?
Not the one on stage.
Let's go, Kieran. We could be here all day. I would enjoy being here all day, but we have guards to talk to now. And I would actually just like shoulder. Move.
Jesus Christ.
Well,
no one's going to call us diplomats.
Thank you for all of your help.
So you go and make your way out of the place. He leads you out of the establishment and locks the door behind you.
Mm-hmm.
We found nothing.
That's not surprising. I imagine with that gentleman's help, you would have found somehow less information than you came here with.
Maybe.
Yeah, no, he's fucking useless. I hope he's like right behind me, like while I say that.
On the other side of the door.
Well, he just seems unenthusiastic about his position.
We've dealt with him before.
Sometimes when our kind, well, he's not really my kind, but close enough, has to deal with the day-to-day activities of you know, the shorter-lived races, it can wear on us.
I think that's all mortal kind.
I'm gonna. I kind of look at Stalbor and I'm like, so being around us is wearing on you?
Yes. It's much better than being home, though. Wow. To the guards.
Yeah, to the guards.
To the guards.
Indeed.
Would that be your area of expertise, Luca?
These are the actual guards of Sharn.
Darn, yeah.
So you go
no
there.
one's expertise.
You go there to try to find the specific guard. Roll me a persuasion check. Whoever it is going to try to find that specific guard. It could be anybody but Kieran because she was one of them involved.
I'll do it. Well, actually, I might have the lowest persuasion. I only have
Yeah. +2.
Yeah, so you go for it.
I'm not gonna meta. You do
assist.
you.
Yeah, I think I would be going.
Because I have +1, so I can assist. I'm trained.
Yeah, it turns out like I'm trying to use like terms from the ARNL like guard, and it does not work at all, and I just kind of seem like a crazy person, huh?
How about that living for 500 years? How about that? Human guard just looks at you, dead eyes.
It's a long childhood.
How goes the century? Stuff like that.
It's over.
So, when he fails, can I try to salvage or?
Imagine we're like the front desk. Of
you
the
can-
guard face.
So after he like literally goes up there, says like 3 sentences, gets effectively blank stares and slow blinks. You go up there and immediately afterwards and try to follow through.
And of course, Stalbor being an elf thinks this is just part of the conversation, so he's still there.
Oh jeez.
And what do you
What
say,
my friend
there,
was
buddy?
trying to say is, "Fuck all of you! Give us the clothes that we're looking for."
So you guys go in
I
there
haven't got
and
to the clothes yet.
more or less, you guys are trying to like ask for, but you're just not coming across as particularly persuasive and what it is that you're trying to accomplish. So you go in there and you're making these requests like, who is the guard that's directly linked? You know what we're talking about? And they're just like, honestly, wish I could help you out, buddy. Don't know. Listen, you're saying it was a couple weeks ago. There's a lot of murders, a lot of places investigated. Yes, I understand that the person is high profile. Yes, I understand the location. Have you seen the evidence room? The place is a shithole.
Can I see the evidence room?
No, you're definitely not authorized to get back there, Mr. For a persuasion check.
A
Okay.
guard from the under there.
Listen, what is your name? Stand of the guard.
Brian,
Brian, listen. My fiance was murdered.
I'm sorry to hear
The
that.
effects were here. I would like to find them, if possible. Do you know where I can find these effects and who I can get in contact with to get them?
Make your roll since they've already established this.
Yep,
The DC is just getting higher and higher every time.
that's fine. Ah,
Oh
shit.
my god!
Yeah, listen,
Ow!
listen.
How does this happen?
Miss
Luca's not rolling.
Miss Delarendar, let me tell
Yeah.
you this. I'm genuinely sorry for your loss. I'm sorry that you have to go through
Yep.
this. And I
Yep.
understand that you're trying to find something possibly of sentimental value. I get it.
Yep.
There's protocols, and there's protocols for a reason. I can't
Okay.
help you.
Define the protocol.
Is it just Is it just this one guard?
There's a few guards inside this.
Imagine we're
it's
talking
like
to
a
a
desk.
desk
Yeah.
right now,
So there's a
yeah.
few people like walking through and whatnot. Honestly,
Yes. What are the
that's
protocol?
that's evidence. So evidence
Okay.
stays inside until in the area until a proper amount of time that everything has been handled. People that were involved in the situation, it's believed that the goblins that were captured down below and then another one later on, it's believed that all of them are part of this grander scheme. I think the name is like Disky or something like that.
Oh my god, I don't care.
Part of a grander
Okay,
scheme.
so-
And
How long
We
do I
are
bring here
investigating
before I can
this.
speak to your captain? Like, how long does that have to be?
I'll tell you right
You
now.
speak to your manager.
I'll tell you right now, Captain's awfully busy, and you're not
Uh-huh.
you're not the first angry woman to
That's
come
fine.
in. To
But
speak to
I'm
him.
not leaving, so there's that.
We're
Listen,
officially investigating Dark.
Miss
We talked
Delirindar-
to the women upstairs. The
Listen,
farmer
listen.
and the
Yep.
ham.
Mr. Lirindar, you are welcome to have a seat and to wait as long as you'd like. If you're
Great.
going to continue to be disruptive, you will be either removed or retained.
So
I don't know what you mean about disruptive. This is how I normally act, so...
Well,
I would walk up. I would walk up to this guard at this point. I would take
Oh,
a step
God.
forward,
Mhm.
and I would just be like,
Hello
"Listen,
there, sir.
You're speaking of the goblins, the Dask, actually," and I'll correct him.
Oh.
And I'll say, "I am
That sounds
actively investigating that. So if you're saying that there can be a connection here, I think that, if anything, I would need to find out what connection there could be."
I'm telling you that apparently he hired a group of people to go and take care of a situation wherein that situation led to these people being captured. It's all tied together some way.
Right,
And so
yeah.
any
Yep,
evidence that pertains to this case is going to be held inside the evidence locker until...
These were the people who were hired. That is the man that was captured, and I am here for my things.
Okay, well, these aren't your things. These are property of the city of Sharn until the evidence is no longer of value. The case is still open until all the, courts have played their part. These goblins haven't even had a date set for when they're going to get their hearing to find out when their trial is going to be. I don't even know if they've had
Here's a
people appointed to
question.
them.
So this guy seems very lawful in the sense, like, he seems like straight and narrow.
Yeah.
Can I do an insight check to see how straight, like, if he actually like,
Sure.
if this is just a front?
You go right
And
ahead.
I'm going to add my I'm likely going to. I get to decide after.
What?
Going to add a D8 to that.
Oh, gotcha. Oh!
Unless you roll
I'm
that
not-
natty
Do
20.
you want to add a D8 anyways? Because natty 20 does not mean automatic success. It's up to
Yeah.
you. You don't have to.
I'm adding that D8.
That's fucking amazing.
because Why not?
Okay.
I'll take it.
That's
29.
Like nearly
Holy
impossible
shit.
levels.
Yeah. That's
I wanna
29.
see how-
You
Yeah.
read this man's soul.
Okay. He honestly, so everything that you're reading off this guy. One, there's rules. You break those rules, you get in trouble for breaking those rules. Two, he actually does kind of feel bad that somebody lost a loved one. Three, he's just pushing his pencil. He's just doing his job. He's not breaking the rules. Sure, they're the laws, and he doesn't want to get in trouble for it, and that's certainly a part. But it's not like he's a pinnacle of all things good and just. It's more or less like, yeah, I don't want to break laws because if I do, there's so much paperwork and get a lot of trouble for it, and you guys just aren't worth the kind of trouble I'm going to get into for doing this. That's what you're really getting off this guy. So he's not a douche. He's just doing his job, which
absolutely.
happens to be following the law, and you are not worth breaking the law for him. So I should probably switch this back since we don't have that ridiculous spell. So that being said, you are having that whole bit.
Mm-hmm.
So you're chatting with him, and he's just like, if there's any, because you had a fucking 29 insight check, if there's any pressure points, I suppose you could pick up off of him, it's literally apathy. Would be, he does care that she's upset, and he does care about doing the right thing, but it's not like this is his heart and soul, it's his job. So maybe apathy would be a pressure point.
Okay. In reading that, hold on one second. Ooh, that's tough.
If apathy is his pressure
be like-
point, then make this more inconvenient to
Exactly. Like, we'll go away. You make us somebody else's problem. Kind of like. If you
Yeah.
just pass us along.
So your best bet would be to let Erin do her usual, I'm gonna be crazy,
That's
and
what
then-
I was.
and then just when she does that, just calmly explain like, hey
So,
man, we're just trying to satisfy what she needs.
You should totally
I'm
tell us
going-
to do that too, because that would be great if we're just deliberately annoying.
No, I think that'd be a quick way to get arrested. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh,
I think
true.
that honestly would be a quick way to get arrested. I kind of want to, like, lean into, Kieran,
Mhm.
and I want to say to her, like, I want very discreetly, like, cry.
Kieran is like gone
Like-
over to like the chairs and is rearranging them into like a more comfortable like bed almost, like laying down position to like cross her
I
arms,
want-
put her feet up. She's tired because it's
I
been a
want
long
Kieran.
night.
So Karen was obviously just very boisterous, very loud. She's very in your face. Then she separated herself. I want her to seem manic, so I want her to cry, just literally, just like a grieving fiance. I want her to, even if it's just an act. That's what I want from her. I don't know if she will,
So
But-
she's going to be just rearranging everything she's allowed to in this office to make it more comfortable for her. Chairs, whatnot. And in the meantime, she's like, "Oh man, I wish we could leave, but I guess I'm gonna stay here all night long, all day long." Like, and just kind of just, gosh. You know,
Okay.
if only things move faster around here instead of
So,
everything being fucking useless.
All right, if she's doing that, then
Yep.
I'm gonna lean in like to this guy. I'm just gonna be like, you can see what we're dealing with. She's she's been like this since his death. She switches between this and just she wears herself out to the point where she's complete. She's probably gonna fall asleep right there, just knocked out in 10 minutes to be fully like.
Don't tell him that.
She'll wake up and do it all over again. She's a bit wild since this is
You
all
need to roll
happened.
me two
Really
things.
just
One,
want-
a deception check.
Yep. Straight deception. Ooh, this will go good. Huh! It always rolls off the damn good numbers.
So
That was rough.
yeah.
Yeah.
So first of all, he's looking at it. He's like, buddy, listen. I get that you're just trying to. There's rules. There's rules. You should know that better than anybody. He says, gesturing directly at your colors.
I agree. I agree there are rules. So what can we do to abide by these rules and get to see these personal belongings of hers?
I don't know, maybe speak to a judge, maybe find out somebody that can help you out with this. But I can tell you right now, I
No
can't
one here
just
can help
open.
us?
I can't open the evidence locker to a random
Oh,
person that
I'm not
walks in on the
asking-
streets.
I'm not asking you to open it. I'm
Yes,
not
you
asking-
are. You're asking to see the clothing. You're asking to see his
Yeah.
personal belongings. So what you're saying is go into the evidence locker and hand random people that walked in off the street a whole bunch of clothing. You have no credentials. You're not somebody that I can just do that for. I'm sorry. You're random people. Why would I trust to do this for you?
Excuse me, sir. Do you know if there's a particular judge we can speak to, or perhaps a courthouse we can petition in an attempt to release this information? Frankly, clothes is not evidence; it's just effects.
Clothes are were at the murder scene, so they were taking
Well,
as part
I
of
understand.
evidence.
I'm not.
However, yes, that probably can be procured. I do not have that information. I can give you directions to where it is that we have our records office, and they could probably find out who it is that's in charge of these things.
That'd be most helpful.
Absolutely. So, if you would like, are you very familiar with Sharn? Can I just tell you an area, or do you need me to get one of the maps?
I'm from out of town. I look at Stalbor. I say, Stalbor, how well do you know Shard?
Sorry, but can you define this word
We are
judge
out of
for me?
town.
I'm quite. I don't understand this judge title you're talking about.
Okay, he's also from out of town, so he pulls out this map. It's this like obnoxious, ridiculous-looking thing, almost cartoon-esque, much like you would see if you were visiting a, you know what I'm talking about?
Like a visitor's.
Yeah, like a visitor's guide sort of
Yeah.
map. And it's like Sharn for
Color-coded.
Dummies. So it's funny because there's many different copies of this map, and he grabs a copy that more or less points the region where you are and the region where you need to go, and it ignores all other regions, just the path to get from A to B, including the most commercial ways that you can hop on rides, like discs and whatnot, to sky carts, to get from one area to the next. So he points at all of those. He points it out like here, and then this is the area we want to go right over here. You're welcome to head right in there. Here, let me just throw this together for you so you can save yourself a little bit of time. And here, and he scrolls up and hands a piece of paper to you. He says, give that to them and they'll know exactly what it is that you're trying to find.
My sincerest thanks.
Okay.
And I look at Luca and I say, shall we?
I'll nod to that and be like,
I look at Karen. Karen, do you intend to stay here?
She rolls her eyes and she'll stand up. No, but I will be back. She looks at the guard.
She says that to everyone.
I'm looking forward to you coming back with the correct paperwork in your hand, Miss Larendar, so that
Yep.
I can help you legally and lawfully. But
I don't
otherwise,
care about your
genuinely, listen, genuinely, I'm sorry for your loss. I am.
Sure, sure.
Thank you for your assistance in the matter. Good day.
Me too.
I step outside, and I say, perhaps we should start tackling these in a different manner. Perhaps the gears of bureaucracy must work with their effect.
You know what I like about Lazar? You don't have to deal with this fucking bullshit.
I don't
Same
know.
at
I quite
home.
like this man.
Bullshit,
If,
you say.
at home.
I know
At home.
someone who is great at dealing with bullshit.
Mm.
Are they a farmer?
Ollie! Ollie! Ollie, sir! Sir! That was a good one. Hat
That
is
was
off
so
to you.
Bad.
Cheerio, sir.
I'm in character.
Good
that
day.
was so in character. That's the
Yeah.
fucking worst part.
Do
No.
you know someone who could cut through this?
Yeah.
Was it
Yeah.
Nico?
You saw how he dealt with those guards up there. Like,
A shiny,
You think
shiny
he's still in
badge.
town?
I haven't spoke to him. I could find out. I could find out.
So, where is your plan there, Luca, sir?
How about this? We will go. I will go and seek out this judge and see if I might be able to procure us a legal means there. And whilst I do that, you will pursue the more expedient method with Madam Kieran. Stalbor, do you wish to dive into the bureaucracy with me?
Yes. Yes, I think I do.
Excellent.
Oh,
Shall we?
you. Oh yeah, Kieran, come with me. Come with me,
Alright.
Kieran.
Fine, fine.
Two fancy-looking foreigners should do very well with the bureaucracy.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's our play. Me and him are gonna go try to make nice at the whatever courthouse he sent us to, so we can get some paperwork to legally release these. And they're going to go seek out Nico if he's still around, so to see if he'll help.
Absolutely.
Okay. So, you guys are heading your respective ways, and it was Reich and Stalbor going to go with the paperwork
Courthouse.
area, and it was Kieran and Luca going to
Find Nico.
Yeah.
find Nico.
Kieran
Okay.
liked Nico
If he's
anyway.
around.
So.
So you go to the paperwork area, and you guys make your way there, and you hand in the paperwork, and they take it like, "Oh, what can I help you with? Oh, thank you. Oh, this is most helpful. Let me see here." And they spend a couple minutes looking around different files and everything. Like, all right, I could probably get this ready for you in the next 2 weeks or so. You could probably get all the paperwork together for you for the case.
Sounds great.
You just want the impertinent names of the case, correct?
Exactly what's being looked for is I'm here representing the fiance of the deceased. She
Mhm.
simply wishes to take personal effects that were with his belongings that are being held as evidence, which are most certainly not pertinent to the case. If we could speak to a judge at some point, at least make an appeal to release some of the personal effects.
Okay, whoa. Let me just stop you there, sir. Way too much. I can get a little bit of information for you, and I can give you that information. We just hold the records. We don't handle any of the
Indeed.
stuff that you were talking about.
Do you know where I could speak to someone about this?
Certainly, yeah. If you'd like, I can give you the address. Are any of you familiar with Sharn? I can tell you how to get to where it is that you need to go for.
showing her the
Great
We
map.
have the
areas.
baby's map.
Oh, that's great. That hold on to that in case you're trying to get back from, like, say, around here to there, but you're not going to need that map for where you're going. I pull out a different
Okay.
map, and they're like making little notations on it, and says, "Here you go." Now, this is going to be where it is that you can go and speak to people. However, you're not even going to know who to speak to until I can get that information for you. And I'll be honest. I'm trying. I would love to get it for you. The sooner I can get my other work done, the sooner I can get to that one, though. So.
So you get to work on that. Here's our address. Would you be shipping us this information? Do you need us to come collect it?
We could. It's going to be information like you. This piece of paper you gave me gives me the authority to give it to you. That's fine. So you'll have to come and collect it. One of you two,
Next-
because that's
you
who
said
I'm
in
seeing
2
here.
weeks, correct?
Yep.
We will attempt to make our way over there and see if we can make any progress in the meantime. But if we get nothing within the 2-week time frame, we will come and speak to you. You've been most helpful.
You're welcome. However, before you go, I am going to have to see your paperwork to make sure that you are who you say you are and to keep record of it so I can deliver it to you in the future.
Paperwork.
Okay.
Paperwork.
Take notations down of your identification papers and hands them back to you and says, "Okay, now really busy. Have yourself a great day."
Understood. You as well.
Oh,
I
damn
step
it.
outside and I actually kind of like breathe like I've missed this.
Do you
been a
deal
while
with this
since I've
often
been
back
home.
home.
Yes, I miss the bureaucracy of a well-oiled government.
Says the
If all
person
goes
comes.
well, we'll be sent somewhere else from where we're going now.
Oh
Um,
my
Should be able
god.
to get all our information in around about 2 months.
the two of you
Well, actually,
are
if
go
all
looking for
goes-
Luca.
If all goes well, we'll be sent to this place, and then they'll send us right back here.
Right.
The two.
I don't know. Would we go looking for Luca? Would we just
No,
go
no, no,
back
no.
home?
You, sorry, the two of you go looking for Nico. So,
These two.
where do you go
Yeah,
looking for him?
I
At
would-
your
I would-
house?
Yeah, I'd go to my house.
So roll me a persuasion check with advantage to find him.
Sure thing.
We both roll or just him?
Yes, him. Sorry.
Do it. Roll that. Yeah.
He's at the house.
Ah, perfect. So I'd go up to Nico. I'd assume he'd be in a room of his own, or
Yep.
is he like busy? Okay. I'd go into. I'd
He
go
is
to his
he
room
is
and knock on
busy,
the door.
but you are welcomed in.
Right. I knock on his door, and he answers. I go in. What's the scene?
Well, one of the people so he's in his office. He's sitting at his desk doing paperwork. His armor is on the like the mannequin or whatever that holds the armor on it near where he is. He's wearing just like much like the militant clothing, very regal officer style militant clothing with him right there. The person that opened the door for you was actually a like retainer or a person that he has working for him right there. He was inside there just quietly working on paperwork. The person that serves him was standing by the door waiting to open it for people if need be. So as soon as you go walking in, he opens the door and he looks at you like confused for a second, and he makes the connection. And he's like, "Oh, Luca, please come in," says the Barry, the person that opens the door for you. So you see Barry, you give him the nod, and he looks up when he hears your name, but not like immediately. Like he finishes signing whatever it is that he's doing, puts a dot at the top, and then looks up and says, "Ah, brother, I see that you're feeling better.
Much better now, thanks.
It's nice to see
What
you
you
on your
did-
feet again."
I am very grateful to be on my feet. What you did, getting back my comrade, it was very noble of you.
Don't need to thank me for it. And he gestures over to Kieran. Those are some bold words that you said there on that. I honestly feel as though you have a lion in your heart. You are a bear of a woman there, Kieran. You're a bear of a woman there, Kieran. And you know what? I think my brother is all the better for having you by his side.
Awesome. Great. I was hoping you could help me, by the way.
Certainly. What is it that I can do for you, Kieran?
My fiance is dead, and I'm trying to obtain his effects.
Yeah, you had
And
mentioned
I
something about that
cannot get them.
beforehand. That's his.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I can't get them. They're held up in evidence, but honestly, I feel like I can do more from them than the guards can. So we were wondering if you could help us get them,
You have.
essentially.
You want me to remove evidence from an evidence locker?
Yep.
Kieran, we fought by each other. We've
Uh-huh.
bled by each other.
Yep.
We both stood over my brother to protect him when he was in need.
Yep. Yep.
We
All that happened.
share a bond.
Here is the problem. The guards in Shard are fucking incompetent, and I can solve his murder. So
I'm sure that they are doing the best they can to do what they do.
I'm sure they are, but their best is just horrendous.
Kieran, you believe you
Yep.
can do better than what they do.
Oh, I know I can do better than I can.
I believe you, but there's still laws
Mm-hmm.
in place. So, what is it that you can do better than them so I can help you
burn
here?
down jail cell for one.
I'm
two,
sorry?
Nothing. I can decode the hidden messages that he had on his person.
He had hidden messages on his person. Please come in, sit down. Do you need a drink?
I'm gonna
Yes,
look at
please.
I'm gonna look at Barry and be like, could you please give us some privacy?
Barry looks over at Nico. Nico gives a nod, and he says, "Of course." And he turns and walks out. Brother,
Oh.
you as well.
Oh, I'm already. I was walking straight.
He
for
go.
the
He
drink.
gets up. He gets up, and he actually cuts you off because you were having over by Barry. He cuts you off and goes over to the place with his drinks as well, and he pulls out glasses and pours a couple of drinks.
Mm-hmm.
Do you go and sit down next to Kieran?
I would sit down next to Kieran. Now, just as a quick question, Scott. When he pulled out his pendant, where was it on his body?
On his neck?
Okay, just making sure it wasn't like in a pocket or anything.
No.
around his
Yeah,
neck.
it was like a pendant on a
Okay.
necklace. Sorry.
Cool.
Sorry.
Just
Maybe
checking.
I wasn't because pendant could also be like a brooch or
Yeah.
something, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Gotcha.
Yeah, cool. I go and sit next to Kieran.
Okay. He comes over and says, "Kieran, what secrets might he have on his body that you can
can't-
uncode?" And he places a glass of like a decent whiskey in front of you, and places a glass of water in front of Luca, and sits down with his whiskey.
I get up and go pour myself a whiskey.
Luca, you probably shouldn't do that. It's going to take some time for you to feel better.
I'm gonna say, Dad always said a real man drinks his whiskey at noon, and I just start pouring it.
He did say that.
So she will drink her whiskey, and she will say, "Listen, I can't give you all the information. It's a house secret. I can decode these messages. Not every member of House Leondar can. Definitely not the guards of Sharon. I need to see his effects."
Roll me a persuasion, but you have advantage because you guys have bled together.
Oh, cool. Do, 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 do. It's a good thing I
So
have
what you're
advantage.
telling me is that you don't need these to keep for yourself. You're not looking to take them home and keep them as your own effects. You're looking
No.
to sit inside an evidence locker, discover what you can, hand over that information completely to the investigation, so that we can solve this case and your late friends, my apologies, your late betrothed can finally be put to rest with justice properly served.
For the most part, yes.
I understand that these secrets, these messages, are house secrets, and so I'm not saying that you can't have your privacy. I'm just saying that the evidence can't leave the locker.
Okay. That seems like an awesome compromise.
Very well then, Kieran, why don't you and I go down there together, and I will be the one that stays with you while you decode these. Will it take long?
Awesome. Gosh, how long did it take me last time, Scott?
For 5 messages, because, I mean, this is a very different style than what you've ever done before, and clothing, not knots, it's very different.
Right.
It took a while to get to the final. I probably, it took you like 3 hours to get 5 articles. It'll be quicker this time that you've kind of got like a bit of a groove, and once you get into a groove, but it'll probably take several days, depending on how much clothing there is.
How many articles were there again?
I honestly,
Luca?
Luca.
Oh, Luca?
Mhm.
A lot.
3 weeks. Let's say. Make it safe.
I'm sorry, Kieran. Did you say that you need 3 weeks to do this?
Yeah.
You need me to sit there with you for 3 weeks? I'm just trying to confirm. You need me to be there with you for 3 weeks to accomplish this.
Not the entire time, of course. I'm sure somebody can come in and like replace you for a little bit.
I thought you said these were house secrets. Who's to say that the other person would respect that wish?
I would
That's-
step in and be like,
what about him?
I could do it.
Yes, but it has to be somebody of appropriate authority.
I think I was like, come on, you haven't insulted them once since we started this.
Yeah, you gotta. Well, you got me
Feel like
water.
very hard
You got me
for this
water.
I don't know, Eric. I've done several.
Lots of little stuff.
Get a dig on them.
Hi, hey Raid, hello everybody, welcome. So he says, So he says, yeah, it has to be somebody of appropriate authority. And of course, Luca kind of wiggles in his seat for that, and he seems ignorant to the fact.
Yep.
I'll do this for you, Kieran. However, I cannot do this for you today or tomorrow. I have to finish up other details. Could you be patient just for a few days, and then I will allow this to happen?
Yeah.
You can be patient for a few days, and then we will go in there, and you can find these secrets that seem to be hidden inside of his clothing. We will have to have a conversation about this sometime.
Oh, I didn't say clothes. I said article.
Sorry, and his effects, his belongings.
Mhm.
Very well then. I will allow this. A couple days time, Karen.
Mhm.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you for coming by and asking me.
Oh, no problem.
I would, knowing the response already, I'm going to say, do you need help finishing up the work that you have over these couple of days?
Actually, I certainly do. There's a considerable amount that needs to be done, and I believe some of it was even your responsibility. There were some goblins that needed to be spoken with. I believe they haven't been processed yet.
Yeah. Wait, are you talking about the goblin?
Yes,
got
the ones that
away?
you spoke with before. Yeah, the ones that
Oh.
you had actually led to their capture. Of course, yes, brother. Now, the ones that the reason why I say they haven't been processed yet is because clearly they fed us false information, and we need to try to find out why it is that they did that and where their loyalties really lie. So this time it won't be a polite conversation had inside of a cell. We're going to bring them to interrogation rooms and really try to find out what it is that we can get from these goblins.
Ooh,
If you think having your friend Reich there would be of assistance, I would rather him.
I think Reich would help. However, the goblins, they didn't want to cooperate at all. The only one that did want to cooperate even let me know that the information he gave me might not be anything. It literally was a wild goose chase. Who knows what we would find. I don't think he purposefully threw us off. The rest of them do deserve to be tried as they were.
Mm-hmm.
And without participating, I understand that they shouldn't get any help. But the one who I got the information from seems, to my best, my reading of him, he seems to be genuine, and he gave the most information he could, and he even said that it might not go anywhere.
Absolutely. He was very genuine, and he did give the most information, and he did say that it might not go anywhere. All that bit of information was either delivered in a form from you or via the guard that was standing nearby while you were investigating him. However, that information did in fact lead somewhere. It led to a trap wherein my brother was knocked unconscious and almost killed, and a changeling jumped from a cavern that was held high in the sky. So yes, he does need to be processed again. There is still more information for us to find.
I'm just gonna knock unconscious by her.
Doesn't change the fact that your life was in danger, and I'm a little bit concerned about that. So we will process them again. Now, Kieran, a few days' time, we'll get started so you can actually finish up what it was that you were working on. We'll get started so you can actually get to the bottom of whatever secrets or information he had hidden inside of his belongings. And then again, we can finally put his soul to rest. Thank you so much for coming by, Kieran. But again, I have work to get to, so the two of you have yourselves a great day.
Bye. Thanks again.
I nod to him. I lean in and give him like the firm handshake.
Mhm.
He is my brother after all.
Of course.
And I say thank you. And
No, Luca, thank you for coming to me. I'm afraid that you probably would have been stuck behind many red lines, and you don't understand how bureaucracy can be when you don't have the correct path to take. Meanwhile, after you guys did go over to where it is that you needed to find information, they said they would love to allow you to speak to the people that are handling this trial. However, for you to do that, they give you information of where it was you were supposed to go to next, so you can actually get the authority to access, like to get a meeting with those people, so you can finally go back over to. And then when you go to that location, like certainly, but you need to know the name of where it is that you're doing, so you get sent back to the records area, which you already were at, and then you realize, oh my God, we're going to be traveling in circles trying to find this damn thing out.
Well, they
this
already
is
said it was
awful.
going to be 2 weeks to get that. So once they send
Yes.
this back to the records place, my character actually leaves with a big smile on his face, and he says, "Excellent, justice has been served. And in 2 weeks we shall wait."
Nothing like a lawful neutral hobgoblin being satisfied with lawful people doing their lawful things.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So this is everybody that swung by for the raid. Super appreciate it. If you want to hit that follow button, I would love it. We have a lot of fun with this. We're actually, this in particular story arc is coming to an end. This is Eberron Chapter 1 Political Theater. Chapter 1 is coming to its end, and then Chapter 2 will start up afterwards. And we have lots of fun here. So thank you for swinging by for the raid and hanging out for a little while. I appreciate it. We have a great community here. Everybody has lots and lots of fun. But before we go on any further, we're going to leave off with you guys are all going to meet up back together at the townhouse that you just recently rented. Again, between this week and next week, I will tell you the information that you have for how much you pay for that townhouse, the size of it, and all of that stuff. Maybe we can find some sort of sketch that works for it too. So maybe I can find like something to inspire me to build it. But either way, so this townhouse that you guys have, you're all going to meet up back there with the information that you have. Before we go, who are you? Where can we find you? Olirant.
Hello, I'm the British one. I stream too, and most of you know that, but if you don't, you should check me out. I do the art streams. I do most of the art for this channel. And so I did an art stream today where I did a commission from chat. That's great. But on Sunday, I'm going to be playing Slime Rancher. I'm going to go to a new area because sometimes I play games, but usually it's just like chilling and hanging out. And soon,
beautiful artwork.
there will be a D&D on my channel
Beautiful
too,
artwork.
and it will be D&D 5e, but it won't be Eberron. Oh no, not at all.
Okay. Thank you very much. Your non-Eberron D&D game. I love Eberron. It's literally one of the best. It's
Eberron's really cool.
It's probably the best prefabbed world for Dungeons and Dragons. Thank you so much for swinging by and hanging out for a period of time. I appreciate it. I'm really looking forward to winding up this chapter and getting the next project started. So thank you all very much. Have yourselves a great night. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.